Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got Tammy at Mtn Grandma with me.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. So we are using Melon streaming today. Um, so I got a good deal on it and decided to go ahead and purchase it for the year. They were running a deal where it was actually like $49 for the year. So
Awesome.
I had it before if you guys were watching Daz at my Aussie Garden and Kitchen, he was running the link for everybody. And I had missed the first time they did the deal. So the second time they did it, I actually bought it. So I've used Melon before. I do like it. I actually sometimes like it better than StreamYard. But Anywho, wanted to welcome you guys all back to a new session of 7F Goal Setting 2022. And I just want to see who we've got in the chat. We've got Ariella, Viking Venture and Victuals, and I know it's late for her, so thank you. Hello, Midlife Prices. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out our channels. Hello, LP. Hello, LG Homestead, which is Lori. Hey, Barb's Country Home, and hello, Tiny Tim Posey. Welcome in, welcome in. So today we don't have a guest, and what we plan to do is do a quarterly follow-up and see how everybody's doing on their goals, where you're at. If you need some feedback, you have questions, like this is all about you guys today. Hey, Mom and with Charity. So take advantage of this today. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to move stuff out of the way. Take advantage of this today if you need something or you want feedback, because that's what it's all about, helping you reach your goals. Tammy, do you have anything you want to add?
Just that, thank you all so much for joining. And hi, Barb's Country Home, Tiny Tim Posey, Midlife Prices, Pam and Brian, thanks for joining. And Prepper 101, we're so glad to have you guys and have you join us for our kind of revisit of our goals for the year as we are in the end of the quarter for 2022. And encourage all of you guys to kind of break out little notes or think back to, if you didn't write it down, think back to those things that you were wanting to do in 2022 as part of your goals, and just kind of do a check-in, see where you feel like you're at with that.
Hey, Prepper 101. Hey, Jaden 0428. Welcome in, welcome in. Midlife Prices put her face on just in case. I understand. Heck, I showered. I just got out of the shower. Retirement is lazy here. I know. I can't believe the first quarter is almost over myself. I will say we just had our taxes done, and as usual, they did not disappoint. The only thing I'm grateful for is we're paying a lot less than we usually pay. So I'm glad I've retired, because next year should be better.
Oh man, I can't wait for retirement.
Yeah. Hey, Mad Acre Farms. Thank you.
Hey, Mad
Yeah.
Acre Farms.
It's just crazy. Yeah, no worries, Lori. Don't worry about it. We know you guys are all working and stuff, and we're just grateful you popped in. So thank you. I'm just going to check here. Okay. Tammy, do you want to start us off just so I can handle a couple things here?
Absolutely. So as the 7Fs, just a reminder to everybody, include faith, family, finances, friends, fitness, fun, and future. So as you're doing your goal setting, in the beginning, we talked about how you kind of want to line up your goals with what area does this fall in. And the whole purpose of the 7Fs is for us to set goals and trying to stay on top of things without us wanting to let other things fall. Because sometimes when you're hyper focusing on one thing, other things might fall by the wayside. If you're hyper focusing on finance, trying to work 2 jobs, we all know things are going to slip. If you're, hyper focusing on fitness and, going to the gym and working out regularly, we all know things can slip. And I mean, this can fall into all areas. So that's why we do the 7Fs, and I've enjoyed doing the 7Fs for years because it helps keep me balanced, because I'm somebody who will really nerd out on something and really just keep me from doing that. So I do this and check in with myself and make sure that I'm staying balanced. That's what it's all about, is being balanced. So where do you want to start, Lisa? Should we start?
I just want to go back to the chat. Hello, AKA Bread Company. Thanks for being here. 4:05 in the morning. Ariella, go to bed. I love you, but my goodness, girl. And Mommy with Charity, she is in Australia. So let's see here. So I will admittedly, hey, Danny Wicked Awesome Gardening, admittedly tell you I'm slacking. I'll own it. I'll be the first one to own it. And then I want everybody else to own it if you're slacking, because there's no shame. I am slacking on the fitness one. I'm slacking on them all. Let's just call it what it is. Oh, no worries, Tony Renee at home. Thanks for popping in. I'm slacking, and I'll tell you, it's because I said it was the winter, right? And it was cold, and that paralyzes me. But then it got beautiful, and you know where I'm paralyzed? I'm paralyzed by sitting on my porch and just enjoying the beautiful weather.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just thing.
Correct. I don't think it's a bad thing. And honestly, I was telling Tammy right before we went live, I don't think it's a bad thing. And it's really just a point now where, to me, that's quality of life. And I'm not running around stressing myself out. There's enough in life to stress us out. And
so here's something I'm going to say.
I was going to say taxes stress me out.
Oh, I know. I haven't done mine yet. I don't want
to. Yeah, I know.
And I used to do ours for a business. If you want to chat about that, I can share with you some of the things we did. I did all of our own from when we owned a pest control business for years. Ooh. I did them, and I did and I preferred it because you have to pull together all the papers to give to the tax person. I mean, that's the hardest part. Plug and chug is easy, like
it is.
But I'd be happy to share with you the things that I wrote off and what I did when we had that business, because I wrote off everything possible. Everything. But I was going to tell you sitting on the porch, I'm going to say it. Girlfriend, that's fitness. You know why?
Mindfulness.
Exactly. And when I think of fitness, I think of our health. What are we doing to promote our own health and well-being? And I would say that totally, that's my kind of fitness.
Well, but that's the problem, because here we are, and I just want to say hey to Billy Spears, Daz, my Aussie Garden.
Hey, Billy Spears.
Yeah, I mean, here's the reality. Ryan and I wrestled 3 pigs last weekend to do hoof trimming.
Oh my goodness.
You guys only saw one, which was Sherman.
500 calories burned at least.
Yeah. So you guys got to see Sherman, who literally was the best of the bunch, and we were on target. On target. Well, when we did Eleanor, she was the first one. Not only did she sound like we were literally tearing her leg off, which we were not. She screamed the entire time. Aww. I have bruises on my belly between Sherman and Eleanor kicking.
Oh my word!
Eleanor kicked the crap out of me. Aww. And when it was all said and done, Ryan was like, maybe if we were both like 50, 100 pounds lighter, we would feel so bad right now.
Well, you know what? I wished I was 50 to 100 pounds lighter. I don't know, maybe 50, 100 might be a stretch.
It is a stretch for you.
Yes. But seriously, I don't know. I feel like I got my weight behind me. That would actually help.
I just remember at one point, because of course it's all new for me. Ryan's done this before with sheep.
Uh-huh.
And I just turned around and at one point he screamed over to me and he's like, "Put your knee on her back. You're not going to hurt her."
Yeah.
And I said, "Fine." And I put my knee on her back, and she was good to go. But hey, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Yep, we are doing 7F goal planning here.
Hi, Tanya Renee at home. She said she wants to hear about write-offs. Maybe we can touch on that when we get to finance.
Yeah, sure. So the 7Fs is the goal plan, and it's about being more productive and reaching your goals at the same time. And it's finding balance in your life, which is faith, fitness, future, fun, family, friends, finances.
Yep.
I got it.
You got it.
Usually I double one up. So I will admit I have been slacking big time, but it's okay.
I think that it is. And honestly, when I was looking at mine, I was like, ooh, I don't know how I've been doing with that. There's certain areas where I'm more focused. You have been rocking it with your hydroponics.
Mm-hmm.
Rocking it with your hydroponics. And I don't have a fan yet, so mine are getting leggy, and I'm like, crap, I didn't follow the instructions well. But I feel like that's what happens, and that's why you kind of do a check-in, because some things will slip, other things will, get ahead and take front and center space. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as we're, aware and we're happy with our choices, right?
Yeah,
it's our life. And this is about running your life and not letting your life run you.
Exactly. And so for me, retiring, that was not on my goal plan, but probably should have for finances, right? Because by me retiring, not only am I saving a lot of money on commuting, right?
Yeah.
Because of gas prices now,
fast food.
And then over 20 hours a week driving, and 20 hours of my life wasted.
I'm going to say 20 hours wasted, and don't forget that part of your life it takes off at the end of it. I'll swear, guys, working too much, and especially when you don't want to, will shave years off of a person's life. I had a job almost take me out once.
Yep.
And I mean that seriously.
Yeah. And I mean, wear and tear on the vehicle, all that stuff. And then next year's taxes will hopefully be a lot better, because it was just, you'd drop dead if you knew what we had to pay. I don't want to publicize it, but you'd drop dead. It was a lot.
Oh, man.
And it's always a lot. And finally it was less than last year. So
yeah.
But yeah, well, we don't have any kids, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have any more either. Darn it. We should have had kids later in life, so we'd still have one lingering.
Well, I want dependents. I want to be able to put, Sherman, Eleanor, Fiona, but I want to go to the chat real quick, because we've got some folks in who came in.
Hey, Blues, Self-Reliance.
And Midlife Prices is doing squats while I stand here. Well, God bless you, girl.
Oh, my word. Yeah, she does. She focuses on fitness pretty well. She'll go hiking and jogging and in the desert. She's pretty good about that.
It's okay, Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. Same here. There's some things I'm on top of, like the growing.
Hey, Pam, I emailed you.
The growing part I'm doing well on. I've actually, hey, Blue Self-Reliance. And that part I'm doing well on. So it's like one of those things where I actually
it's the season though, right? Like
gotta get not here. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm kind of like I'm doing the rogue planting.
But we do, it is our season. Like, so maybe not like everybody else's, Lisa, but we still have to, we've got those plants. You see the little light behind me. I've got seeds back there right along with my hydroponic seeds. And I have another tray of seeds, and this is kind of silly, but I use mushroom containers. You know? Do you see them in there? They're the pods. They don't even have seeds in them yet. I've been sitting here mulling over for days what I want to put in these ones. It's absurd. I don't know why I do this, but I have to be strategic. Our last frost date is June 5th. I think it was when I checked. I think it's like a week prior to yours. And we could still, it's snowing today. Pam, I saw y'all were getting rain. We're getting the snow. And I've got to be careful because I don't know if anybody's seen my videos. I've already got plants that I'm toting in and out of the house. It's 3 huge boxes. I can't fit anymore in my entryway. I'd have to put them maybe by the back door and go that way. And so I've got to really think about how many plants am I carrying out? How quick can I put them in the ground?
Yeah.
Right. And I definitely don't want to put them in the ground before, say, like the 3rd week of May. At least I've kind of hit that midpoint. And then if they die, if it snows or they die, I'm going to be just devastated because they're your babies at that point. But it is our gardening time. We're going to figure it out, even though we're not able to do it like everybody else is. We got to do it inside, or we have no grow season at all.
Yeah. Hey, Pure Pondering. And so what have you planted tomatoes and peppers yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so let's give you proud. Maybe we could give you feedback on what to plant in your planter then.
Yes, I would love that. So here's what I got going.
Okay.
I'm doing the salsa with me with Bake-A-Leg and Let's Dig It.
Okay.
So I still wait. I've got to order and get some cherry tomatoes. I need some cherry tomato seeds because I don't have any. But I planted 3 different kinds of tomatoes. I planted all my peppers. And when I was looking at the back of the package, I was like, ooh, that's why she said this. Because on the back it says, like, plant, I think 10 to 12 weeks before the last frost or something. I was like, oh yeah, I'm right there. She nailed it. So go, Lisa. So I got my peppers and bell peppers in the ground. And I got, hold on. I have a map for them. Dill, cilantro, spinach, all my lettuces, and basil. So that's it. I'm kind of wondering about my squash. I'm wondering about eggplant. I'm wondering about cucumbers.
So squash, I do know this about squash, and I'm not the outside gardener. Ryan is. Mm-hmm. Hey, Leanne, thanks for popping in. So I do know that when Ryan has planted squash, he has had to up-pot it very quickly and very frequently.
So hold on that one.
Or be prepared to do that. Hey, Kiki, thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I would say that, but
okay. Oh, and I got onions. I've got green onions over there.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you planted?
I planted green onions too, because that's going to be part of my salsa. But I planted those ones over there a while ago. What do you think? And I'm thinking maybe beets would be a strong yes, and I could even join that Just Beat It challenge by MB Heritage Farms. Okay. Hey, Pure Pondering and My Alabama Farm Life.
Hey, Kathleen, welcome in.
What do you think about?
He said, Jeff at the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla said, get the eggplant in. Not cucumbers. Plant them in about 2 weeks ahead of time.
Okay.
Squash too. I planted cucumbers in my greenhouse in a very rogue fashion. Mm-hmm. Only because I figure they can sit in the greenhouse, and when they're ready to pop, they'll pop. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we've never been able to get cucumbers here except for 2 tiny ones. They die off. It's just a hard climate.
Yeah. Has anybody grown loofah before? Watermelon, cantaloupe, peas. Oh, can they? I can plant those now?
Loofah is something everybody's planting early too. I have not done it because I don't know where to put them. Hey there, Lisa Chloe.
Mine are going on the fence line. And you know what? Gail's planting loofah, and she's at Coupon Gail Southern Living, Southern Sandy Crafts. It's all Gail. But in her Gail's Southern Living, she's planting loofah on her fence line too.
Yeah, we just picked up a bunch of cattle panel that we got off Marketplace yesterday. And I was thinking of asking Ryan if we could take one of them and use it for a garden. Jeff, are you talking about the loofah becoming huge? Because I saw he had another comment.
Yeah, I'm giving it the whole fence. I've seen it. I've seen the loofah. I've seen people share like their loofah space. Oh, Lisa, like it when it runs a fence line, they run a fence line. Like I'm just giving them the fence. They can just go
Yeah.
in that thing.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out what to do because I don't know where to put them to do that.
You have a, I'm
And
trying
it's a
to think of
short
your
season.
property.
Hey,
Yeah.
SNC. Yeah, it's a short season, so I just don't know. Like, I would have to start them inside. I just don't know
Yeah.
where to put them.
Oh, inside. I
Well,
got
and then when they go outside, they're gonna take over. I don't know where to put them.
you.
But
Hmm.
yeah, carrots, potatoes, celery. Loofah needs heat too, and it
Oh, my
grows fast.
potatoes. So the potatoes, I was going to get those done over the weekend. And then with um, the birthday party that we had to go to and all that, I ended up not getting the potatoes in and wanted to get them in this week. And now it's snowing. So I'm going to wait until later this week. By this weekend, those potatoes are going out. Definitely getting those in.
Yeah, here it's usually
Carrot, celery, cabbage.
trying to think. I think it's here it's Memorial Day for potatoes, they say, I think.
To
I can't
plant them?
remember. Yeah, there's a holiday. I can't remember it, and I always screw it up. But we
Oh,
did great last year.
I think it is Memorial Day. Hey, Kiki.
Hey, Arc Wildman, appreciate you
Hey,
being
Arkwell.
here. And no worries, Ariella. And somebody said something about what's this loofah? Um, that it's a squash
Mm-hmm.
and it's very long. And when I'm just looking to see if I had an example of it, but
Yeah, I'm
it's
looking.
very long. And when you let them dry out, you can get the seeds and then you can cut them. And that's the loofah sponges
Yep.
that people use to bathe with and put in candles and stuff.
Yep. And
Oh,
even more
you're welcome, Redbird.
wash your dishes with them.
Really?
Yeah. Simply Jan does that. She uses them for washing her dishes. I got some of these other fun little seeds too that I want to try to plant. I know, but it doesn't grow here. Purslane does not grow here. It probably will not live year to year. St. John's wort. And then
Nice.
the toothache plant, Arc Wildman, he's got a toothache plant over by him that I think is a different kind, but wanted to grow some herbs, right?
Yep.
Comfrey. We don't get the blessing of comfrey up here either. Just some of those things, arnica, some of the things that I use for herbal medicine. I wanted to grow some of those, but I'm definitely going to wait on those because I don't know. I think herbs, I think fragile.
Yeah. Ryan Ryan was the man who walked in a little while ago. Don't worry, I'm safe. Um, and he said he just texted me because he heard me talking. He said Good Friday is when we usually plant them.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why he's the gardener. Hey, Huga. Thanks for coming in, CB. Let's see. Kiki said all she got was leaves last year.
Aw, bummer. I'm kind of hoping with planting them on the fence line that I can also create a little bit of a microclimate back there. I plant on the east side of the house and I use the house as my shading because in the morning they get full sun. Towards the afternoon, when the heat is the worst and damaging here, the house starts to shade the garden. So I can put the more heat tolerant plants further from the house and the ones that are more sensitive to the sun closer to the house. And I know they're going to start getting that sun earlier or the shade earlier. So that's kind of how I utilize that. But I'm thinking I might even, my cucumbers started, you know how when you're growing cucumbers, they get too much sun, they'll start to get yellow and bitter. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem, but I'm thinking I'm going to plant those further back and kind of utilizing that. It saves us from having to do any other shading, but I'm still thinking I might need some shading, though I'm thinking about putting corn. I know the corn can handle it. It can handle it in Phoenix, so it's bound to be able to handle it up here. It's not as bad.
Yeah, they said the only thing that I know about corn is that it takes a lot of nutrients out of the soil. That's all that I know. Hey, Tina Ladybug. And if I missed anybody coming in, I'm
Hey, Tina.
sorry. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be good too,
Yeah, corn and sunflowers, and the three sisters, the corn with the peas, and what else is the three sisters? Corn, peas, or the climbers? Everybody help me. What's the three sisters? Is it squash?
I don't know. Hey, Celtic Roots. We miss you guys too. Love you too. You guys rock. Pure Pondering said squash or melons.
Yep, peas, corn, squash. Thank you, Kiki.
That's called the Three Sisters.
It's called the Three Sisters, and they're all friends. And that's how I think about even some of the herbs that grow out. And I'm sure you all we're all kind of in different areas, but out in nature, mullein and yarrow are friends. They're pals. Up here, we've got our own like barberry kind of plant, and drawing a blank as to what it's called. It is friends with the junipers, grows right next to them. And junipers kinds are, they're friends. They like hang out together. And medicinally, it's kind of funny because medicinally you can tend to use those herbs together. But yeah, these three are friends. Corns, somebody else said bean squash. I've heard corn, peas, squash. They grow well together, and you can plant them close together. Put corn in the middle, and then put your peas, and then squash. Did I get that right, guys? Don't use early peas. Thank you, my Alabama Farm Life. Or corn, then beans, whatever the climber is. You want it in the second ring, and then in the third ring, your squash. Did I get it right? I haven't done it before. I've only looked into this.
I would never know, so I'm going to have to look it up. Thanks, Aoki Homestead. Appreciate you listening. I'm going to pass this on to Ryan. Of course, he probably knows.
I bet he does.
But I'm going to pass that on to him. We can't do melon because the season is too short.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
hey, Garden State
Garden. Telling me to start watermelon and cantaloupe right now.
We tried watermelon and cantaloupe, and it just did not. No, the season's too short. I mean, it grew, and then died.
Oh,
in fact, the farmers markets here get them from the other side of the state. That was how I learned it. The farmers market here get it from a Mennonite community and farm that is on the eastern side of the state. So they can't even grow it here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a great farm they get it from. Yeah.
Oh man, I bet.
However, I have a friend in Rapid City, an hour from here. She has grown cantaloupe.
Arizona Highland Homestead, they live about an hour, and I've never been to their property, but just know the area, and I think they're about an hour to an hour and a half from us. And he can grow he had cilantro that overwintered outside.
Wow.
It was like, what?
Take care, midlife. Thanks for being here.
Just same as you, Lisa, just that difference, because I guess it's the 2,000 feet. He's about 2,000 feet lower than us.
Yes. So exactly. It's
Are you the same?
I'm trying to think. I have to look at.
Hey, Kiki is suggesting that you try some hybrid melon varieties.
Okay. I think I did that. Not purposefully, I will admit.
Yeah.
But I thought it was. But I will look into that. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't plant the three sisters at the same time. Tony Renee, thank you for that. I'm assuming corn goes first since it's in the middle.
Grow from a pot. Watermelon and cantaloupe and move in and out, or use a high tower or cold shelter. Huh.
Grow from a pot, watermelon, cantaloupe, move in and out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it.
I got a bunch of the seeds. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yes. You know what, Lisa? You should do a challenge for that. You should do a watermelon growing challenge. I already got everybody eating crickets. Although you'd be surprised how many people don't want to eat crickets.
I'm not eating them.
It is so empowering. You would save lives.
Yeah, well.
If we ever ran out of food.
If I needed to eat them for food, I would eat them, but I don't need to, so I'm not. Hey, Cindy's Place, thanks for being here. And Redbird Farm, hello. Yeah, so Rapid City is about 2,000, over 2,000 feet elevation lower.
Oh, you're
than
all
us.
right. Mm-hmm.
So they get a lot more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How long is our season, Kiki? You might want to sit down, girlfriend. June 11th, I think, is our last frost date, but we usually say first week in June. And then we've had frost first week in September. So, and we have, I have a ton of seeds. I have a ton of seeds. I have to look at them to figure out what they are. I just got a bunch. Oh, in fact, here, hang on. It's a mail call I got to do. And one of the things we've done is grown inside, and also taken from Gale Southern Living, Coupon Gale, and Southern Sandy Gale, is to grow in the greenhouse because.
Thank you for coming, Celtic Roots.
Yes, thank you, no problem. And so that's one of the things that we have done is started to grow in the greenhouse. So I've got a sugar baby watermelon, Kiki, if you can look. It doesn't say hybrid. I wouldn't know unless it said it.
Looks good.
And then I have cantaloupe that somebody home saved. So pumpkins are another thing I've not been able to do well with, but I won those seeds. But I will say this. What's that?
I was saying hi to Gail.
Hey, Gail. Gail, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about melons and stuff, and I was saying that I got some seeds from you that I have to do a mail call on.
And we were talking about the loofah fence.
And the loofah fence. Yep, the cantaloupe was from you. That's right. I'm going to do a mail call on it, but I started planting the way Gail has, and just putting the seeds in the planters. And, I picked ones that would do better in cold weather. But like I said, I planted cucumbers in a pot. When they're ready, they'll come up. They're in the greenhouse. And I'm just hoping that, when it takes off, we will string it around the greenhouse as we can. And hopefully we'll get something. But we have to figure out what you're going to plant. Have you got any ideas yet what you're planting in those pots? Tammy?
Oh, have I got any idea what I'm planting in what?
In your mushroom containers.
Oh, so from today, because just talking with all of you all, I'm definitely going to do eggplant, loofah. I'm trying watermelon and cantaloupe. I know it's going to be hard, but I don't know. I like to try different things. So going to do the watermelon, the cantaloupe. I've already got cabbage and broccoli growing over by my door. And how much room do I got? I've got 3, 6, 9. I'll probably do a couple loofah in case one dies. And that's going to do it for me with this batch. And then I do want to grow beets. I'm going to do that Just Beat It challenge with MB Heritage Farms.
Nice.
But I don't know that it'll be one of these guys. But I am going to, here's final answer. Eggplant, loofah, watermelon, and cantaloupe.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you, everybody, for helping me.
And Jeff at the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla said for me to plant the pumpkins right in the soil on June 10th. Okay. I will try that. I did plant seedlings last year, and I put out mature seedlings and put them in the garden, and the plants thrived. And then when we finally, by the time they formed pumpkins, and they all got frosted pretty heavily in September, and they were still that small and green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think part of it, hey, Bunky, hey, Capone Cabin. I don't know. I really want to grow pumpkins, and I'm trying to think of where I can grow them, not in the garden. Where
You
the
know what
deer
they're
won't
gonna
eat
do?
them.
Lisa, so I grew pumpkins when we lived down in the valley. And anybody who's got javelina around, it is their favorite food ever. And
Yep.
so when you plant them, you've been to a pumpkin patch, those suckers just grow and grow and grow in a long line. That's why in a pumpkin patch all them pumpkins are spaced apart. They probably grew right where they were and they just cut the vines off. They grow in a long straight line. They can take up a good little distance, lengthwise.
Yeah.
They root into the ground as they grow.
Yep.
So, but I had the best pumpkin harvest, and there was one in particular that was beautiful, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to save it a little bit longer. And the freaking javelinas came and ate every dadgum pumpkin I had. I was so ticked off. You see, Cindy,
Yep.
she lives in northern Nevada, kind of like you and I.
Yep.
I think her elevation's even about 7,000 feet, if I'm remembering correctly.
Wow.
Which is about like you and I. So yeah, similar. And she's in Shed Wars. She's on Homestead Aquarius.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where to put it that it's not taking up garden space. I like the pumpkin, and the reason why I want the pumpkin is it's good for the chickens, it's good for the other
Yeah.
animals.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I really would love to let it go wild, but I
Mm-hmm.
have to fence it in or something, for lack of a better term, because of
Yeah.
the deer
Yeah.
and the chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Because the chickens, when they range, although they're probably getting ready to be on lockdown with this whole avian flu stuff.
What? I better hurry up and get chickens if I want meat birds then, huh?
Yeah, because some states are not letting them in. So
Wow.
yeah, it's so Cindy says she's not in Shed Wars anymore.
Oh no. That was a quick little visit.
Yes. Yeah, and then exactly. And plus it's a really nice treat. I mean, I love watching the chickens and the pigs
Mm-hmm.
and everybody eat it, and they just love it. And it's
Yes,
just great to give them fresh produce. So
they do.
what I may do instead is do what Bland's do and try to talk to like the pumpkin farms and say, hey, when you're
Mm-hmm.
done, I'll take it.
Yep. So hey,
But
question for you, Lisa.
yeah,
On your 7Fs, where did you put garden?
I don't think I did.
I think I put mine under family.
Let me look.
Yeah, I did. I put mine under family.
Okay, hang on.
So I guess,
Hey,
and
hedgehogs.
what else did I put under family?
I'm looking. Oh, there we go. Um,
I put for family, just working on self-sufficiency skills. To me, that's a family thing. I mean, it's something I do for my family. And also some of my fun stuff that I do, I do for my family, like sewing and crocheting. I it's the funniest thing. So I sewed myself the shirt that I have on today. This I sewed,
nice.
but it wasn't fun. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. I have fun making things for my kids and my family, my husband. I've sewed a crocheted an Afghan for my mom. Like I have fun making things for other people. So I put that under family.
I
And
had it under future.
did you?
Yeah, because I had it with the freeze dryer and the canning and stuff. Because that's the whole reason why I
Oh,
want to grow, is to be able to preserve stuff and learn how to do it. And
your
so,
preps.
um, what I had under family, and I said I was slacking really big time. And Ryan's here; he's
Mm-hmm.
probably sitting there going, "Uh huh." But I feel that one of the things that I've done really well on is the backing away from YouTube by taking nights
Mm-hmm.
off and
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Yeah.
like that, and not getting sucked down that black hole,
Yeah.
because I feel that that's what was going on.
Yeah. It does. You do feel responsible to so many people
So
when you're on YouTube. You want to support everybody, but we're responsible to our spouses and our family first.
Yes.
To have that balance for sure. That's something I struggle with too. And
I feel I've been doing really well with it. I mean, a lot better than I was because I felt like it was constant. I think the other thing, and like I had alluded to earlier about when we were trimming the pig hooves, fitness needs to increase. We need to do better on that.
Well, the weather's going to warm up and we're going to feel like it. Being up here where it's colder, when I lived in the valley, I mean, you all know what Arizona's like. People that don't live here know that it's, we don't have much of a winter down in the valley. But when I moved up here, I'm like, good grief, who the heck ever thought of this New Year's Eve goal anyways? Shouldn't they have waited till like March when everybody else could, feel motivated and involved with this? Because you just don't when there's snow on the ground and, you can't really get out in it and get that active. I mean, I guess like we could get snowshoes and, that would help some, but
I used to have them. We had them for years.
Did you use them?
Yeah, we did when we were in New England, but then we were living in North Carolina so long and we didn't know we were moving to South Dakota. So it was funny because we literally just sold them before we moved. But, and it's just, I think that for me, when it comes to the snow, and I know Ryan laughs at me because I'll literally get everything done the day before. So when it's a snow day, I can just go out the window.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do too. It's so relaxing and peaceful. It's awesome. So what have you been thinking about? So let's do this. We talked about garden stuff and family. What about fitness? You sound like you're wanting to do more with that. Are you wanting to?
Should do more, not want to. I want to be honest.
I'm with you on that. I try to get steps in and I haven't been doing good with my steps either. What if we do this? How about we do this? So we're at the end of March. Why don't we just why don't we focus on making sure we drink more water and eat more vegetables and fruits for the next month? And then we'll get ourselves. Like, I feel like that's more doable for me.
I love it.
On water and, try to eat, for me, a good number that I feel like is still kind of hard, but achievable. And if I miss it, I don't miss it by too much, is 5 fruits and veggies a day.
I think that's good.
I don't know how many yours are, but if I focus on that, and then we can hold each other accountable. And I'm down for committing to that. I have a large, cup that I'm drinking. I got a couple of them, but water. And I think if I drink at least 3 of those a day, 4 would probably be best, but at least 3 a day, I'm kind of meeting my water goal.
Hey, Art and Adventure. Hey, Uncle Al.
Hey, Art and Adventure.
Let's see here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm better at vegetables than I am at fruit.
Yeah, same here, actually. Because you can put them in with meals.
Yeah. Jeff, I knit, but it's one stitch that I know. I'm just not as good at knitting as I am at crocheting.
So, Gail, I work for an amazing company that they're all about encouraging work-life balance. That's a theme of the company. So I have regular hours that I work, but this is on my schedule. Well, nobody knows what I'm doing, but they know that every Tuesday I am out. I allow myself about an hour and a half for this. And, it's all about, for us, we call it commitments where I work. And as long as you get your commitments done, then everybody's fine with it. I mean, at my company, it's not unusual to be on a meeting with somebody who might be in their car on the way to the grocery store or something.
Buy our Okie Homestead, and yes, Art and Adventure, that's pretty much what I do, is the knit stitch. Yeah. Crochet is a lot quicker for me too. Knitting, I'm just so awkward, but I
just can't get it right.
And I won't give it up because I'm not gonna have it beat me. So
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to knit?
I do knit. I
Oh,
just do. I can only
cool.
do like a washcloth. Like I don't, or a
Yeah.
scarf I've done.
Yeah. That's
I
awesome.
can only do one stitch. I just, it's one of those things I won't give up on. But it's really good. There's a lot of men's knitting circles
Hmm.
popping up. It's really good because it's good for well-being.
Yeah. Probably good for even like PTSD and stuff like that. Stress, anxiety. I know it helps me calm down because I have a hard time sitting still.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I am too. I like looking at Cindy's place is but I also like being able to sit and do it while I'm watching TV. So like
Yep.
crochet, I can do that while I'm watching TV.
Hmm.
Knitting, I can't.
Yeah. While your husband's got MMA on or something that you're totally not very interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Lisa,
welcome in, Grandma Prepper. Glad you're here.
what do you think about shifting to finance? And somebody had asked early about tax deductions. Do you want me to tell you now some of the
Yeah.
tax deductions that I took? So when we had our pest control business, if you're going to have, okay, food expenses, everyone, whether it's grocery store bought food or whether it is fast food, um, get yourself a blank sheet of paper, write date, meeting topic, come up with something. And then your next thing is going to be meeting attendees. And it does not matter if it's you and your husband, Lisa. And then write dollar amount, and then have this on a piece of paper, make a bunch of copies of it, staple the receipt to that, and have the total of everything. Just remember with taxes, it's kind of like research. If it's not documented, it didn't happen. But I claimed we had meetings all the time in my family because we ate a lot of fast food when we had that business. I was working out of the home too. And it was Taco Bell, Sonic, like,
But can you claim that if you don't have a business?
you do have a business, you're going to have to claim YouTube.
Right, right. But if I'm claiming that on my
Oh, before
personal
you got monetized?
no, but my personal taxes, because you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't think on your personal ones you can.
Right.
Now,
It's if I do it as the business. Yeah, right now
yeah.
it's under my name.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, shoot. So this is
It's
going to
not
have.
large enough to be able to do that just
Mhm.
yet. So
Yeah. Um, Shoot. So everything I'm going to share with you is business related,
that's all
Lisa.
right. People in the chat can use it.
Um, so I would also claim the insurance on our vehicles. Just the insurance. We claimed mileage too, but I claimed all the mileage on one vehicle because it was a pest control vehicle. If you use a personal vehicle and you do any traveling, let's say you go to a restaurant and you do a video. If anybody's a YouTube person on here, you drove to that restaurant, I would claim that mileage. You just got to make sure you write it down. You want to have like a business mileage log, write down the mileage. Again, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. And
Hey,
they'll
Cindy
pay you back.
Tarjay. Yep.
And then, hey, Cindy. And then, so that's mileage. You can claim your gas receipts on business. You can go either way. And you know what? Now that you mention it, art and adventure, Tasha, you're right. Right now, I would just claim, shoot, are they going to let you? Are you sure you can claim gas receipts? They might make you take mileage. Because the gas receipt itself, if it's a vehicle that's used for personal and business use, you still have to validate the use of that vehicle for businesses. I'm not sure you can do the receipts without mileage if it's a personal and business use.
Oh, hang on. I'm clicking on something.
You file a Schedule C. You don't have to have an employer's identification number. You can use your social security number.
Correct.
And you'll also want to do business use of home. You'll claim a percentage of your home, and then that means a percentage of your rent or mortgage, a percentage of your electricity, a percentage of your water.
Right.
And then anything that you do that's associated with spreadsheet and logbooks, Uncle Al said. Yep.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yep. But you'll want to do that going forward. Just everything that you can. We would buy, hey, Cindy, pens, paper, new phone, computer, anything. Yeah, especially, and you're just going to say, this is what I used for this. I would start a spreadsheet for it. I started a spreadsheet for our taxes. It sure makes things a lot easier because you can copy it over year to year and you don't forget things. Just make sure you save those receipts.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So your hydraulic company where you claimed all gas receipts, oh, in 2005, maybe they let you then, and maybe your truck was just for business. For a lot of YouTube folks, we're going to be using our personal vehicles for business. So like if my hubby and I, go travel somewhere, hey, especially if you're going to go on a vacation and you're going to also do business while you're there, you can write off a percentage of those travels.
Yep.
I know Kiki, I'm not sure if she's still in the chat, but she went on a really nice vacation. I think she went to Mexico. She did videos there, and I'm not sure if she wrote any of that off on her taxes, but she totally should have. I would have. You just have to document the business use so they can prove you were there. And you do have to, I would imagine if you're there for personal and business, you could probably only claim about 50% of the expenses.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And even for pest control, we would claim clothes. Like I would get, my son worked for us and my husband, of course. And if I bought them new jeans, because it's part of their uniform, we claimed it as part of their uniform. I would write those off on our taxes, even though they wore them, Gosh, what else? I think I've covered just about everything you can though on those meetings. Don't downplay the significance of that roast beef dinner. If y'all talk about business over dinner, even if it's a roast beef you bought at the store, staple that receipt on there and claim the expense of that and claim it as a dinner.
Yeah, we luckily this year, we were able to get a credit for one-time credit for the new windows that we had to put in.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, the windows alone made a huge difference heating wise. We saved at least a pallet of pellets this year.
Awesome.
So that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That, and aside from, your phone as an expense, Grandma Prepper. They read the instructions on that. They used to be kind of sticklers about phone expenses, but I wrote them all off. And
all right, Tony Renee, drive safe.
Bye, Tony Renee. Camera equipment, audio equipment. Yep.
Thanks, Lori at LG.
And the other, so that's just about tax stuff. But how do you feel about your finance goals, Lisa? How do you feel like you've done?
Oh, I feel good on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do feel really good on those. I think that, so this weekend I was able to find, I had made soap because one of the things was increasing revenue streams, and I made soaps. And
awesome.
The first batch did not turn out well at all because I screwed up. So, and it was cold pressed soap.
Yeah, that's the hard stuff.
Well, it's not too bad, but you got to have the time to cure it.
Yes.
So I was able to get a crock pot at a yard sale this weekend. And so I'm going to do hot press.
Awesome.
And then that way it'll be ready right away. So
heck yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to do cold press and I've wanted to do hot press and I haven't tried either of them. Kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And then I want to get the candles going too. And then obviously the piglets, which we've been trying. So
I need to do a video on how I do our candles, or how I do my candles. I blend a couple of different waxes, and you really want to make sure you've got wicks that you like. And that's like something, those wicks and how they burn with the wax that you're using. I've only done container candles. I've never done the ones with beeswax. And but that's what I'm wanting to do.
Bye, Gail. I actually, I have the stickers. Everybody who's got my stickers. I got a bunch of them and they actually fit on the
Mhm.
containers. But one of the
Mhm.
things that I'm going to do is I had somebody make us a stamp, which is
Uh-huh.
to me, financially better in the long run, right?
Mhm.
Because I just need an ink pad and I can do that for the candles on a
Mhm.
piece of paper
Mhm.
and have that on the wrap and so on. So I'm going to start doing stuff like that.
Awesome. That'll be so
How
fun.
about you?
So for me, I have a lot of hobbies like that. The things that you're thinking of doing now is that's like my future thing because I can't generate an additional revenue stream that way. I don't want to commit to doing that. I just want to keep those are my fun things too.
Yep.
Um, but maybe one of these days I'll think about doing, I like to do the melt and pour soap, but I like the other soap too. I love the idea of hot press so I'm going to watch you on that, but that's not a money thing. Those are fun things for me. Money wise, it comes down to me saving money and spending less. And so I did win Coupon Gales big prize, and I have been getting shelled with coupons, you guys. I've been saving them. I need to do a video. I'm going to reach over here and grab my big stack just to show everybody. Um, do you see all of this? I'm just saving.
Wow.
It's crazy. And I'm saving them for right now because I want to do a video and I've been getting emails. So I know I got more coming in. But so couponing, only buying things when they're on sale, buying in bulk those have been my strategies for saving money. I don't know about everybody else, but for us going to the grocery store, we usually shop for ourselves and our kids' household. So we're shopping for, essentially 4 adults and the 2 grandbabies. And we try to help them out because, man, the young people nowadays are just really struggling. I can't tell you how many times I've been at the grocery store and I've had people in front of me or behind me that are also buying for their children's families, their
Yep.
grown kids' households. So for us, it's been that. And now with the gas, we've been talking, we've been saying we're going to have to take Gibraltar out a lot more often. So Gibraltar, I don't know if any of you have noticed on any of our videos, we have a camouflage truck. And it's an older, small Toyota that we like to take out in the woods because we used to have a Jeep. We got rid of the Jeep because Gibraltar's an awesome truck. And that's his name. And so we're saying, man, we're going to have to start taking Gibraltar around more because he uses less gas. But that and limiting, it takes us about 40 minutes to go to town we got one grocery store here in town that's about 20 minutes away. Otherwise, to go to all the main stores, it's like 40 minutes away.
Yep.
And so we've been saying that we're just going to have to really cut back on how often we go into town and make that drive. Though, here's the other caveat. Our local diesel gas, because we have the big Ram, $5.59 a gallon local. If we drive to Flagstaff, we can find it there for $4.99 a gallon. So it's like we're almost wanting to fill up in Flag rather than here, even though we have to do that. It's just it's a mess.
It is. It is. I'm in a chat with Country Mama and Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch, and you know what a half gallon of half and half is going for here, and it has been for a while.
Huh?
$8.29 in town.
What? You're
Now
kidding me.
they both live in rural areas, and they've sent because I had posted pictures, and they sent pictures. It was half the price. That's because mine is getting ready for tourist season.
You're like me. We live where people want a vacation.
February, that price went up.
Wow, that is so awful. That makes me want to freeze some and mail it to you.
I'm going to freeze dry it, I think.
Right? I'd say, I know you don't want goats. You need goats. Goat milk.
I know. Brenda, I will email you or text you what I use for candles. I just use plain old wax, but I'm sure I don't know if Tammy has some better recommendations than I do.
I do a blend of is it called paraffin? Am I thinking right? And soy. I do a soy blend. And honestly, think about doing that, Lisa. But
I am doing soy. I couldn't think of it.
Don't do straight soy. Well, I mean, you can. I'm not going to tell you what to do. The thing is, people are going to soy waxes, at least in my humble experience. And there's a company called Candle Science online that they'll tell you if their fragrances are soy friendly, because you can use a soy wax and you can get I used to sell them before, but I never even had to like run an ad or sell them online. I sold them to the different offices I was in, and I had orders. And my fun became work, and then it wasn't quite as much fun anymore. But the soy waxes don't tend to throw a scent as well. Mm-hmm. They might throw even a cold scent. When we say cold, we mean like a candle that hasn't been burned yet. Cold scent or hot scent, they don't tend to throw a scent very well. You can get soy-friendly fragrances, though, and Candle Science will tell you which ones are. Okay. But if you do a soy blend and you add in, like I think I had mine just about to the point where they were as good as Gold Canyon, and I'm not kidding you. They threw a scent that well. They would smell up your whole house, and they burned well. But I did a blend. You want to make your own. There's a lot of different waxes out there. Make your own blend and then try different wicks. I always loved to make a 3-wick candle. That was my preference, and I felt like those ones. So that would be, I repurposed containers, and I would give people a discount if they brought me some empty containers that they got from themselves or their family. And I would use Bath and Body Works repurposed containers. Avon has candles. I'd repurpose their containers, that kind of thing, and give people a discount for giving those to me. And that's my advice. Do a soy blend, because you got that word soy in there. So everybody's going to love those candles because they're soy candles that are supposed to burn cleaner. And you've got the blend, meaning that it's also going to throw the scent well.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I am not adding color to it, because I want it to be just more natural, because some people don't like the over perfumey stuff. Like I can't walk into it does smells don't bother me, but like a Yankee Candle store.
Yeah.
Too much.
She shed. Let me tell you, we got rodents that live under my she shed, but they won't go in my she shed. The rodent problem. Rodents do not like strong smells. If you get them in your vehicles, you could put fabric softener in there, empty essential oil bottles with the lid off. Of course, don't forget to remove them before you drive somewhere. But my she shed smells very wonderful. They don't want nothing.
That's awesome. Well, we are at our time. Do you want to wrap up or?
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We sure appreciated all of your feedback. I appreciate the gardening feedback and all of the tax feedback that you shared with us and all of our friends that are here. And just a reminder, next week we'll be on my channel, same time, same day, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Tuesday. So we look forward to chatting with all of you guys then. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate all the feedback. Appreciate all the well wishes and all the good information. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. And I will be posting on my community page for Mtn Grandma. So that way you'll know where to find us next week. But as always, I have the link to her channel in the description box. Tammy, you were going to say?
I'm going to say, and if YouTube lets me keep my subscribers, I just broke 500 last night. So hopefully I'll have a community page too, and I'll be able to share it then, and I'll be able to share all of my wonderful friends' videos. I'm looking so forward to that. So hoping that goes through. And if it does, I'll have it on a community page too.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.